All right, top of the morning out there, everybody. Rooster here in Tennessee, getting the week started here. This is a customer test video. He's getting 2 units, Mr. Indy radio. Sorry for the delay getting a video on your stuff, man. We spent about 2 days working on my station last week, and I don't know if you can hear it through the video, but once again, my voice is about shot. Mainly from my sinuses, but I do talk a lot with my job and, with my hobby, so I do a lot of talking. But anyway, we're going to test this 4-pill 2879C, and we've actually got it hooked up to your 100 amp regulated power supply. Now, you did specify that you wanted the blue one, so there it is, 14.5. No need to put the fluke on it because it's reading exactly what we want it to. We're going to drive it with the 2-pill, doing about 200 watts peak. I think it does about 80 or 90 watts average. The 4-pill C will take more drive than that as long as you're at 14.5 volts. Now, if you get up to 15.5 volts, something like that, I would recommend about 200 watts peak. But like I said, as long as you stay 14.5 or so, you can run even more than this. But we're just going to test it with this, show you what it does. Just an on and off switch, no sideband delay or anything like that. First thing we'll do is test our current that it's drawing over here. Let's see. And now keep in mind, this is the driver and the amp drawing this current. Audio. So people ask me what size power supply to get. Just go ahead and get a 100 amp, because if you get a 75 amp, you could be maxing it out with your driver and your main box. So if you want a 4-pill, just go ahead and get a 100 amp power supply. Now, somebody's probably saying, well, wouldn't it be cheaper just to get a base amp? It very well might be a little bit cheaper just to get a base amp. Probably not once you figure shipping and everything else, but you might save a little bit of money getting this and the power supply in one cabinet. But what happens if your amp fails? God forbid your amp fails. Well, guess what? You don't have a power supply. Or what happens if your power supply fails? Then, you don't have an amp. So I like having them 2 pieces separately. Even the, all of them really. I mean, 2-pill, 4-pill, whatever. I mean, you might get a 2-pill base, but I prefer to have everything separate for that very reason. If you have one fail, you can always go to a backup. Like, let's say you blow your amp up and you've got another amp that's a spare. Well, if you've got these both in one cabinet, you're basically screwed because you're sending both of them off. So that's why I like them both separate cabinets. I like selling the mobiles and the power supplies. I don't make any more money selling you a power supply and a mobile amp than I do a base amp. So it's not about me making more money. It's just about my preference. Okay, that being said, we've got our little driver on high, 4-pills on. We already showed you we're drawing about 75 amps between the 2 of them. I've got a 1,000 watt slug in here right now. That's average power, bottom scale. Audio. 400 and some change on audio. Now just talking normal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Audio test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. High 300s. That's on average power. Now we're on peak. I'll just talk normal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're laying a 1,000 watt slug in the corner. So pretty stout combo here. Fatboy power supply, Fatboy mobile 4-pill audio. I'd honestly be interested to see what this thing's doing peak, because it's doing over 1,000 audio. That's 1,000 watts in the corner. And you know what? Most of these show about 1,000 watts with this driver going in it. But when people get them home, they always tell me, man, this thing's doing 1,100 watts. This thing's doing 1,200 watts. And I just take it, as a grain of salt or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. It's doing 1,000 here, it's doing 1,200 at your place. That's great. It's always good news to hear someone say whatever they get is doing more than what it did here. So this thing's laying 1,000 watts in the corner. Let's see if it drops down. Oh, it drops it down a little bit. But audio, if you've got a good dedicated 110, you're not going to see that voltage drop at your place. For an example, I had 2 dehumidifiers running before I shot this video, and it was dropping to like 13.5 with them. So you get that on a dedicated 110 outlet where we're not powering the whole basement off of it, you know, it's going to hold a little bit steadier. But it's not hurting the output of the amp. I mean, you see 1,000 watts in the corner. I don't know what you want to call that average on the audio, 425, 430. I mean, this is a really stout setup, a really stout combination. Like I said, most people get these 4-pills home, and they tell me, you know, if they're driving them max power, they're seeing between 1,100 and 1,250 watts out of them. That's the 4-pill 2879C. The standards, you know, 850, 950, something like that, pretty safely. Don't want to push them harder than that. But this is a 4-pill 2879C box. That's a 100 amp regulated Fatboy power supply. And these are both for Mr. Indy Radio. Sir, I have not cashed your money orders yet. You paid me via money order. They have not been cashed yet. I will try to cash them today or tomorrow and get you shipped out by tomorrow. I got a lot to ship out. I got a lot of pending orders, waiting on stuff to come in. I've got probably 25 or 30 amps on order right now. Now, not all those are for customers that have, you know, ordered stuff. Some of them are just to keep in stock. But got a lot of stuff coming in. People continue to pre-order, which that's fine. I write your information down. So always welcome that. I don't, definitely not something that I'm going to say no to, but just keep in mind when you pre-order, it could be, you know, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, before your amp comes in. But anyway, Mr. Indy Radio, I appreciate it, brother. Again, sorry if my voice is lacking. Maybe you can't even tell over the video, but it is about, it's been getting closer and closer to being about shot. So you guys have a good one out there. Rooster in Tennessee. Appreciate the business, appreciate the views. Please continue to check out the website as I add products to it almost daily. roostercb.com. Catch you guys out there. Rooster in 10. See you, bye.